Hi everyone, it is Cynthia here, and I just wanted to share a little bit of information about why I am so connected to the Alzheimer's Association and also my personal connection to early onset Alzheimer's. My mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's pretty early in her life, and previous to that, my father had passed away from Parkinson's, which is a brain disease as well. And when we received that diagnosis, it was tough to figure out what those next steps looked like. And I remember thinking that there wasn't anything that made sense that the physician told me. So, like everyone else, I went home and I Googled like crazy. And the one website that popped up over and over and over again was the Alzheimer's Association. And at the very top of their website is an 800 number. I learned later that that 800 number is staffed 24/7 by a qualified volunteer that is there to answer questions, provide resources, be a support to anyone that is dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia, whether they be the patient themselves or a caretaker or a loved one. So I just met the most amazing woman that day, and she answered all of my questions. She listened to me cry. She listened to me just be angry. And at the end of all of it, she provided a pretty accurate portrayal of what the next few years of my life were going to be like, and my mom's life as well. Right away, I started walking in the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the largest walk that the Alzheimer's Association puts on. It's all across the nation and some other countries. And basically, people come together, they put a team together, they fundraise, and on day of walk, they come, they walk, they unite, they get resources on brain health, they visit booths. It's really a family fun type of activity. We have a promise garden ceremony that matches those flowers right there. So everyone gets a flower that matches where they are in their life of dementia and Alzheimer's. And every year, I cry. I know it's coming and I still cry, and I look out on all the colors and where everyone is in their journey, and it's just so impactful. So I walked for a few years, and then the year that my mom passed away, the then walk manager, Brian, asked if I would speak that day, and I did. And when I got off stage that day, he said to me, "You really need to get involved on the volunteer side of the Alzheimer's Association." So I just jumped right in. I went right into a committee role and started running and planning the Walk to End Alzheimer's in the Ontario area. I did that for a few years, and then I did two at the same time, which was Riverside in Ontario. And during that time, I took the training that was needed to become an advocate, to speak to congressmen and women about trying to pass some new acts to get more funding. I learned how to become a community support partner, and I now run 2 different support groups, and then they also send me out to speak on their behalf so I can spread the word about what we need people to know about the fight against dementia and Alzheimer's. I jumped into that full force, and I realized very quickly that the Alzheimer's Association was working very hard to fight a disease that seemed to have no end in sight. Because of the disease and the type of disease it is, we do not get much funding from the country in a whole. We do pass some acts that we push really hard to get through to get additional funding, but in the big scale of things, when you think of breast cancer and heart disease and prostate disease, they all, as you kind of look at a graph, their graph line goes lower, which means they're having more money come in and they're finding cures and resources. That is not the same with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's goes higher, and that's because we just don't receive the same amount of funding. So the Alzheimer's Association is the #1 nonprofit to try to help bring awareness and try to help bring research to any type of brain disease, but especially dementia and Alzheimer's. And how they do this is through fundraising. They do this through donations. They have the longest day activities. They have the walk. And why I'm reaching out to you today is to see if you would be interested in possibly joining the walk, putting a team together. It is the easiest thing ever. You just register a team, pick a really cool name. My team name is Team OM3, which stands for Our Mother's Memories Matter. And then you recruit people on your team, your family, your friends. You start fundraising. You can fundraise through Facebook. You can sell baskets for donations. There's a million ways we've seen fundraising. And if you fundraise at least $100, you get the really cool shirt. Anything more than that, your prizes kind of keep going up. But the biggest thing is getting that money and that support together for the fight against Alzheimer's and dementia. If you would be interested in putting a team together, let me know. I will be so on board to help you do that. If you think you want to walk but maybe don't want to do a team, reach out to me and you can join my team. And we're always looking for sponsors for our walk. This year, our LA walk is at Exposition area. So that is the area right there by the museums. We're going to walk through the museums. We're going to walk around the Rose area, the Rose Garden. We're going to walk by Endeavor, the big space shuttle they have there now. And the walk is early in the morning. So after the walk, you can have lunch, you can visit the museums, just make a whole day of it. And that doesn't even include all the activities that we have planned. So right now, we're searching for sponsors. Big and small. We have a lot of different areas that sponsors can move into just to kind of get the word out for their business while still supporting a great cause. It's tax deductible. We have everything from signage to step and repeats to sponsoring a booth, you name it, and we can figure out a way to slot you in. So if on a personal level or business level, you would be thinking that you would like to sponsor, please reach out to me. My number is 909-319-2347. I would love to make a connection to get you into the right place with the right budget to support your business and support a great cause. If you would like to walk, please let me know. I can help you get a team together. I can show you some great tips for fundraising. And don't get overwhelmed by fundraising. I mean, if you get 5 people to donate $25, you're already like so far ahead and every dollar counts. So that is my connection to the Alzheimer's Association and why I am in the fight against Alzheimer's and dementia. And I thank you for listening, and I hope you reach out. I just cannot thank you enough for supporting such a great cause. Thank you.